Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Fox Den. Now, before we begin the story, I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for taking me up to 100 subscribers. Now, I know you guys have been asking this since I posted part 1, but I said I was going to do this for my 100, have this be my 100 sub special, so I'm keeping that promise. Now, welcome to What If Female Deku Was in Hogwarts. Or at least a wizard. Now, don't worry, Hogwarts will come back into play multiple times throughout this series. And the next part will come out 15 subs later. I'm making it every 15 subs, a new episode of this will come out. So, get on. I hope you guys keep having faith in me. So then, if I remember last time, we left off with Ida doing his little confession to Claire. So, let's start off from there, shall we? Claire, I don't know how to say this, but, would you be my girlfriend? I know I might be what the class calls a stick in the ass, but if you would bear that, I would love for you to become my girl. Become mine. Claire responds with, Ida, I humbly accept. While I might not have feelings for you now, I'm willing to give it a try again. Because you never know who you truly love until you meet them. Isn't that correct, Ida? Ida responds with, of course. Sorry. But yeah. While this is going on, someone is at the door listening to this conversation at the roof. This girl being someone with pink hair. Well, actually, wait. Someone with pink... Someone who looks in terms like an alien. Everyone should know who this is. Isn't that correct? It's Mina. Good old Mina. Because, I mean, come on. If we're doing this, I have to have Mina here. It only feels right. Well, anyways, while this is going on, actually, wait. Let's fast forward a little to the next day. Actually, a week to their hero versus villain test. Oh wait, no, I already did that. Never mind. Yeah, I already did that. So we're at the USJ now. So we come to the USJ. Aizawa, or what better known as, or known to our two wizards in the class, Toga and Claire, as Snape. I'm going to call him Aizawa because I'll keep getting the names confused otherwise. Aizawa speaks up to the class saying, okay, everyone, today we're getting ready to go to USJ. Now, before you ask, it's not Universal Studios Japan. It's called the Unforeseen Simulation Joint, where it will be simulating natural disasters and potential man-made ones. Now, everyone out on the bus in about 10 minutes. If you're not there in 10 minutes, you have to walk there. Also, Toga, Claire, don't use your spells. Right, sir. Right, sir. And we fast forward to the bus where there was Suyu doesn't what she does in canon, talking about people's quirks. When they arrive to Toga and Claire's, she mentions about how the two quirks are similar, but then she remembers how the two quirks, the mana is really, how do I say, connected to each other. They're interconnected. Half the quirkless population actually seem to have late developing quirks called mana, and they're usually well trained because they figure it out early in their life. Well, later in the life, but not that late. Usually around the age of 8. Wait. I'll say usually around the age of 10. Now then, they get there and all the canon stuff happened like in My Hero Canon. Aizawa are jumping down, but instead of Aizawa just jumping down, he quickly makes a phone call when he sees the portal opens and asks the Magic Administration if they can have permission to use their magic. Then when he gets off the phone, right when he jumps off, as all the villains enter, saying, Claire, Toga, with me. 13, protect the kids. As the three of them jump down. Now, during their time at UA, anytime after school, they're with Aizawa learning about how to use magic without the magical incantations. Claire can do it perfectly. Toga can't. It's weird. Toga can't do it, but Claire can. It's a little weird, but who can blame him, right? But yeah, I also did forget about the spells, but I'll promise to do it next episode. Now then, we arrive at, well, damn it. Sorry, I'm scatterbrained today, so it might not be as good as my other ones. But Shigaraki sees the three, and is like, Gorgiri, you didn't tell me about being wizards being here. Because All For One was just like the He Who Shall Not Be Named, but I'm not making him actual Voldemort. I'm just making him like it. He's known of him, and he does practice more dark arts than Toga, That's about it. But he just simply knows from All For One, saying to look out for one wizard in particular. His name is Shota Snape. All he has information on is that he has a couple students with him. But yeah, a couple students from Hogwarts with him. Now we end the flashback up back to most of the villains start attacking Aizawa's the Snape crew, the wizard crew, while Kurogiri does what he does in canon and separates all of them. However, the quirk doesn't work on the wizard thanks to Aizawa's actual quirk being his canon quirk, but not being his quirk, being magic. So he doesn't need to blink. if he doesn't want to. But yeah. Now then, if we look... Damn it, sorry. I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna have the Nomu fight be super easy. When the Nomu comes in, everything goes like the can. All the villains get beat up. But then, and Shigaraki says, "Yeah, those three are annoying. Kurogiri, bring out the Nomu." Kurogiri opens the portal, brings out the Nomu. However, back with the three, Claire simply asks Claire simply asks Aizawa, "Sir, are you okay with a little bit of dark arts right now?" Aizawa answers saying, "Yes, I'm fine with it. Why? Do you think that bird person is a human?" "No, I don't think so, because I would sense a little bit of mono coming off of him." "Do I have permission?" "Go ahead, use it." Claire, as the Nomu comes charging after Claire just dodges. And Shigaraki knows what she's about to do, and it says, "Kurogiri." He simply, oh no, wait, no, not Kurogiri. He simply does this. Starts charging towards. Damn it! Starts charging towards Claire. As it all happens, as he's about to, this happens. Toga uses her blood magic to stop Shigaraki in his tracks. As it works perfectly. Shigaraki, confused by all this, as one simple phrase is heard from our good old girl Claire, Avada Kedavra. As a green light bursts from her wand, as the bird-like creature, also known as the Nomu, drops dead. No chance of regenerating from that. Just drops dead. The two are wondering. Oh, Shigaraki knows what's going on. Kurogiri is confused. Because I'm going to make Shigaraki a wizard, but more like the Malfoy of the group. Malfoy. He's going to be... He will appear at Hogwarts, but no one really knows what he looks like, since this version Shigaraki has a mask, not his hand. Not his handy mask. Get it? But yeah. This version will have an actual mask. Like the Death Eaters. And that ends the most anticlimactic USJ I've done. Well, actually, second most anticlimactic. My most anticlimactic was my Gravity Rush one. But it still was hilarious. You gotta agree with that. Now we cut to the end where Shigaraki and Kurogiri retreat, like they would in canon. However, when All Might busts through and says that I am here, don't need to worry, my students, Claire just simply hits him with a Stupefy. Yes, I know Stupefy doesn't really make people stupid, but I'm giving that property in this. Well, I think it does get the properties of being stupid. She fires Stupefy at All Might, but hit Denki, who instantly short circuits and who's already short circuited but goes into ultra dumb mode. He doesn't even go yay anymore. He just kind of flops on the ground, drooling. As Jiro, who's next to him, just starts laughing her ass off, saying, "Oh my god, you didn't tell me you can do that." As Claire just rubbing the back of her head, saying, "I didn't mean to." As Ida comes up and runs straight to Claire and hugs her, saying, "Are you okay? Are you okay? I don't want to lose you. I just got you." Claire puffs her cheeks, saying, "I'm not an item, but I know what you mean. I'm safe. No need to worry. Mana is a lot more powerful than you think." Also, wait, retcon all the stuff about Shigaraki knowing about wizards. I will have him know about it eventually, but just not right now. And All for One is not connected to, well, doesn't know about the he who shall not be named. Because I have a better idea for that. That just popped in my head, so I'm retconning all that. So that fire flashback, retconned. Anyways, let's cut back now. All Might just standing there confused, saying, "What did you do? You attacked a student. Are you an actual villain instead of a hero?" Student's like, as Toga and Aizawa speak up, saying, "Claire does this. We know." Aizawa speaks up, saying, "All Might. It's Professor Snape." It's like, "Claire does this. Did you forget that I taught her?" And Toga here. Yes. Claire had a habit, because Toga used to scare her all the time, to where anytime someone sneaks up on her and startles her, she fires a super fly at them. She fires a spell at them. Wait. Anytime she gets startled, she uses her quirk on them. So you know how mana is. If you're not well trained, you can't control what spell it could be. And the spell is usually derived upon the user's imagination, so there is literally a limitless amount of spells a mana user could potentially use. Also, did you hear about the tankery stuff going on? Oh, I said, like, interesting. I've heard about their thing now, but I never got to see a real match. Hey, apparently they're in neutral zones where villains and heroes can actually interact with each other. And as the neutral zones, if a hero tries to arrest a villain, the hero will get arrested instead, saying that as long as they're in their neutral zone and not committing any crimes, they can't be arrested, even if they're well-known criminals like All for One. And if you get that, that's going to be a hint for my next what ifs. Because I'm not going to cancel any series, but I'm going to do a Groß und Panzer one shot later. And potentially a series if you guys want my Groß und Panzer to be a series when I do make it. Anyways, enough about that. Let's continue, shall we? All this stuff goes to canon except for Aizawa getting hurt. He doesn't go to the hospital, so the next day goes like normal. However, these stuff like canon go on like normal. They get 2 weeks off for the sports festival, and they get dorms a little earlier. Let's fast forward to the dorm inspections, and Nina's like, "Well then, since we all got dorms, why don't we have a little competition and see who has the best dorm room? I nominate," as she looks towards Toga and Claire, who are sharing a room due to Aizawa's request. Well, yeah, sharing a room due to Aizawa's request because of how the Hogwarts dorms were. As they says, "I nominate our good old Mana duo." I nominate our mana duo. The two mana users. As they're shocked, Santa's like, okay, then come on in. As they open the door, and it looks, just imagine a mix between Slytherin colors and Ravenclaw colors. On the Ravenclaw side, having more books about magic, wizards, witches. And on the Slytherin side, having more, well, in Toga's case, knives, spells about dark magic, that kind of books about dark magic and that kind of thing. And people think our wizards are fantasy. They think these magic spell books are fantasy, and the only people that can actually bring these fantasy to life is mana users who actually know how to channel their mana. Anyways, you're like, what are these colors for? Yeah. Are one of you gonna be... They look at Claire's like, Claire, I thought yours had more ice cream. As in the back of the room, right between the two colors, between the blue and green section, is an ice cream machine marked with T, C, T, and T. CNT. CNT explosion in your mouth. They're like, oh! It's like, what is that? It's like, Claire and Toga simply say at the same time, saying, our machine, our ice cream machine, is a patented one we had Parallel help make for us. Ida comes in, and Ida speaks up saying, yep, I should know, I helped them gather the part. I helped Parallel gather the parts since I helped them with getting it up here. They all turn to Ida saying, why? It's like, as they don't really, only Mina knows right now, and Mina's only told Jiro in this one. Because in this AU, Mina's not much of a gossip girl. Most of the people did find it suspicious that Ida was only cared about Claire out of all the students, out of everyone in the class, but didn't pay much mind to it. Now we reach the sports festival, and Claire and Toga are not partaking in this. However, they are going around the sports festival because I'll say it's around... They're going around the stand selling ice cream. There we go. Not a phantom sneeze this time. They're going around the stands selling ice cream. They're selling their new flavors. Like the Party in Your Mouth, which is made by Pure Claire, which is the flavor she fed to Ida last episode. Being the orangey, strawberry, watermelon, savoriness mess that it is. Getting a lot of mixed reactions. And now, you're wondering why UA allowed this? It's because they have the owners of CTNT. CNT explosion in your mouth. Wait, no. I think I called it explosive flavor. CNT explosive flavor. If I didn't, I'm renaming it to that because that sounds cooler. Since they are the owners of CNT explosive flavors. And they don't want to make a bad impression on the person that gave them really good ice cream. So they allow her to sell. As long as they give about at least 5% of their profits over the UA. Which they agreed. Now, however, when the 1v1 matches came up, Bakugo won the sports festival. However, it was not him versus Todoroki. It was him versus Ida. Because Ida in this was a lot more diligent and more focused on his training due to him having someone besides his brother to protect. Or besides someone to look up to like his brother, he has someone to protect with all his life. Claire. His lover. I think her last name was Unfamolia. Yeah. I think I did. I'll double check it next episode. Now, Bakugo, being Bakugo, says, "I'm not done yet!" into the mic before it said, "I challenge 2 people in particular. I challenge Himiko Toga and Unfamolia Claire." I'm going to say it's Unfamolia right now. I'll change it I'll re-say this section next episode when I do the actual last name. No, what? I'll just do this. I challenge Toga and Claire, the 2 mana users in our class. Midnight Sims says, "Are you sure you want to fight them? This can possibly get rid of your first place position." Bakugo, being the arrogant bitch he is, simply says, "Do you think I would lose to a bunch of idiots?" As Claire and Toga simply walk down in their Hogwarts colors, without the insignias. They're just wearing black, and Claire is wearing black and blue, because this is the uniforms they mostly saw in during their shop attire, basically. It's their Hogwarts attire, but no insignia, so they can't really be identified. They just think, oh, they must like black and blue, or black and green. They go down there, and on their cloaks, they do say C&T, explosive flavors on the back. But they go down there in their colors, and Aizawa's just laughing his ass off, while Mike with their mic off, simply asks Aizawa, "Why are you laughing?" It's like, "Oh, Mike, you don't know how powerful these 2 guys actually are." Mike simply asks, "Why?" It's like, "Mike, don't you remember I am also a mana user and I taught them everything I know?" Mike just pales at this. Present Mike just pales at what Aizawa just said and saying, "Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot your quirk's not called canceling, it's called mana. Good thing Nezu has that on paper as mana instead of canceling." Yep, he does. Now, the main reason why I'm laughing is because Bakugo there really thinks he can take out my 2 best proteges. Well, then here's another thing coming to him. He goes on the mic saying, I approve of the match. Let him get started on it." Midnight simply agrees to saying, "Well then, everyone, we have a special challenge today. Bakugo Katsuki, our winner of the sports festival, has decided to bet his first place position to fight two of our strongest students who were told not to participate in the sports festival this year due to them running a shop and providing the ice cream you guys currently have and eating and enjoying. Bakugo Katsuki has challenged those 2 to a duel." Now, let's hope you guys... Sorry for letting you guys stay here a little longer, but... I'm pretty sure C&T, if they lose, they'll provide free ice cream to everyone here. Isn't that right, C&T? They simply look at Midnight saying, "Why did you do this?" But they said, Yeah, we agree to this. If we lose this battle, we'll give everyone a free ice cream. If we lose, however, if we win, we not only get the first place position of Bakugo Katsuki, but he also has to pay an round of ice cream for all the teachers, everyone at UA, at least all the people everyone who participated in the sports festival. Bakugo being Bakugo saying, "That's fair, though I'm not gonna lose to you. To you wannabe heroes." As Midnight simply just chuckles, saying, "Oh, I was right about them." As she goes back and does her countdown, saying 3, 2, 1, begin. As the two wizards pull out their wands, and one says Wingardium Leviosa, while the other says Expelliarmus. And in this version, Expelliarmus can also shut down quirks, being the preferred spell Aizawa uses. As it hits Bakugo and shuts off his quirk, and they let him, and she simply just throws, and Claire, who used Wingardium Leviosa, simply just throws Bakugo out of the ring. And simply says, and Midnight simply states, "Well, that was anticlimactic. But Himiko Toga and Claire have won the sports festival due to an idiotic choice by this year's former current winner. By this year's former number one. Now then, I know you two don't want medals, so we'll give the medal away to charity." As they go on with their lives. Now, fast forward the next day, Claire and Toga are in their shop near UA. Getting flooded. They're getting hammered there. Aizawa is working with them because, well, he lives with them. He's kind of their guardian in a way, even though they are in college. They do still have guardians. Now, they're like, "We really need more staff," and damn it, don't worry about that. That's just my stuff for my Gravity Rush 1. From my Gravity Rush 1, I should say. They're all after their closing time. Claire says this, like, "We really need to get more staff. We're getting more and more popular as the day goes on. As the days go." Toga then asks Aizawa, "Aizawa Sensei, or Snape Sensei, do you know anyone that could be anyone from either the wizardry, or the hero world or in the UA that can come down here and help? Like, from the UA, maybe some part-time people? Maybe some former heroes that can help out? Because at this rate, we might have to limit ourselves like we did in Britain. Only opening a couple days a week so we can actually handle a storm of people." Because we're almost out of supply for the rest of the week, and we're only on Tuesday. And we're hoping that supply lasts the entire week. We're going to have to order soon. Earlier than we expected. As I was simply say, it's like, I think I know 3 people in particular. They've been looking for part-time jobs. I'm pretty sure they'll be more than happy to help you two out. Claire simply asks, while covered in ice cream, "Who?" Who is it, if you don't mind me asking? Well, one's named Mirio. The next, Tamaki. The third, Nejire. Yes, I'm making the big three going to be part of the... They're not going to be prominent in the story much right now. They're just going to be in the shop helping around during the slice of life stuff I'm going to do. Now let's fast forward a day. The next day, Aizawa goes to 3A. I think that's the class they're in. As he enters the classroom and asks their teacher, which I don't know who it is, so I'm just going to say random UA teacher number 1. No, fuck it. All Might. All Might's their homeroom teacher. Which kind of makes sense if you ask me. Because Mirio does have one for all, so it makes sense All Might will be there as the homeroom teacher. We have the two. He walks in and All Might simply asked, "Ah, Aizawa, let me ask why you're here." He simply states, I need to borrow Nejire, Tamaki, and Mirio for a little while. Do you mind, All Might? I know you don't have much planned this morning, so are you okay with me borrowing them for a little bit? All Might simply responds with his energetic voice. Of course, Aizawa. Anything. Mirio, Nejire, Tamaki, go follow Aizawa. I don't know what he wants you guys to do, but knowing him is probably something strict. So follow his instructions perfectly clear. Right away, Sensei. Aizawa, what did you want to talk about? It's like, I heard you three wanted some jobs, and I came to bring you two people in particular who are looking for part-time workers. Who? They're currently in UA, and they're both the owners of the new popular, very, very popular ice cream joint around near UA. Ooh. They're the owners, and they're at UA? Yes, I've been confused multiple times for being at least their manager, since they're still pretty young, being 18 and all. Wait, did I say that I said 18 or 17? I think I said I was 16. I'm confused now. I think they're a year older than the 1A Canon crew, so I'm just gonna say 16. I think it is 16. Yeah, I'll just say it's 16. They're like, oh, okay. As they enter Aizawa's office, and they are greeted by Claire and Toga. They simply say, are these the three you were talking about yesterday, Aizawa-sensei? Yes, they are. This is Mirio, Togura, Tamaki. I forgot Tamaki's last name, and I forgot Nejire's last name. Damn it. These are the big three of UA, the strongest students, but also they've been looking for a part-time job to come to whenever they need a little bit of cash. They're here to ask some questions. Well, at least I assume so. Yes. First off, what do you guys do and what's the requirements? The only requirement we really have, and the really only requirement we have, is make sure you have a food handler's permit. Since we mostly deal in, well, ice cream. So as long as you have a food handler's, you're okay with coming here. Now, when you start working, we'll close down a shop for 2 days at least to train you. Because you're not the only one who works there. Me and Toga here also work. We're not just the managers. And we have Aizawa-sensei helping out every once in a while as well. He's technically a worker, but he's technically not. We basically built our shop in Tokyo, in Japan, here near you, and here near UA. There we go. Grammar is not my friend tonight. We built our shop near UA for a reason. Most of our customers are students in the day, and that's when we have some pro heroes who are not on patrols come by and help around for those time. Most presumably, I'm gonna do this for fun. Gran Torino, Night Eye, and Best Genius come down here to help every once in a while for the day shifts. However, the afternoon shifts is when we start getting the most traffic, because that's when everyone knows that the owners, or what people call the angelic owners, arrive. Now, I know you might be asking, why are we called the angelic owners? It's because how we treat our customers. We don't believe what in the customer is always right. Yeah, I believe that's what it's called. We do believe we should treat our customers as kings, but don't treat them right. We can still go against them if they start harassing us. And hell, I had to throw out a lot of sexual harassers. And well, a lot of things like that. Merely than us. So, what's the pay like? They simply say, Toga and Claire simply say, oh, easy. As well, you get as much free ice cream as you want. We also pay you for, I think it's 1,400 yen an hour, because that's one. I think it's I'm just gonna say in USD, just to make it simpler. I'm gonna do my actual minimum wage, which is 15. Wenatchee for the damn it, Washington for life. We do $15 USD an hour, and most of the time we're up and running for about 6 or so hours, and we'll work our shifts around whatever you guys need it. Whenever you guys have time. The heroes, however, don't choose to get paid here. They just choose to help around because they can. At that, and because any hero who helps us during the day get free ice cream from us. Next time they come visit, or next time they help. Gran Torino is the one who helps the most, and he's earned a lifetime supply of ice cream from us. And well, that's it. Nezri is us saying, we accept, and when do we start? Whenever. You can start tomorrow, and you can start in 2 days, because we have to get your uniform prepared. What color would you like, Mirio Togura? He simply states, I want a light red with some white outlines, or white stripes on it, to match my hero costume. I see. Tamaki says, I want a deep, dark blue. Okay? And Nezuri simply says, I want a very light blue, like the sky. Okay. We have your three's request, and we'll bring it over to Tower Loader so he can make your three's uniforms. If you guys can, we'll give you a piece of paper and you can write down your measurements. Because I'm pretty sure Paolo doesn't remember everyone's measurements. They proceed to do that and walk out. We fast forward 2 days and they're getting slammed hard by everything in the world. It's a huge rush, and an hour later, the big three walk in and starts helping. they instantly clock in and help around. Getting order after order after order after order. Hell, even Tamaki running out to meet their supplier out in the back to grab more ice cream. Well, to grab more stuff for ice cream. Claire's in the back making the actual soft serve, while Toga is cashing out. Najire is assembling, and Mario is being Mario. He's adding the toppings and doing the choose your topping section, as well as cashing out. Because while Toga is doing the making sure the ice cream comes out perfectly, Nejire is asking the people for their flavors they would like, and stuff like that. That's the system of doing, and it works perfectly. Mirio and Nejire are both getting very good attention due to them being, well, the big three and all. We fast forward to the end of the day, and the big three, except for Nejire, is tired. They're like, I didn't expect it to be this difficult. As Toga and Claire simply state, now you know why I offered free ice cream while you're working here. Because I know you would get overheated after a shift. Anyways, go ahead and make any type of ice cream you would like, and you can go home for the day. As that happens, and I'm gonna end it off here. Mostly due to the fact that I'm barely keeping myself awake. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the 100 sub special, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.